Have you ever poured your heart into being kind to someone, only to have them twist your generosity into a weapon against you? If so, you might be dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists have a way of turning compassion into control, leaving well-meaning people drained, confused, and even questioning their own sanity. The sad truth is that kindness, something we're taught is always virtuous, can backfire spectacularly when directed at the wrong person. What starts as goodwill quickly becomes fuel for manipulation. You might think that patience, understanding, and endless second chances will eventually soften a narcissist's heart, but the opposite happens. Instead of gratitude, they see your kindness as weakness. Instead of reciprocation, they demand more. And instead of changing for the better, they push boundaries further, leaving you exhausted and emotionally depleted. The more you give, the more they take, until you're left wondering how things went so wrong. But why does this happen? Narcissists thrive on power and control, and they interpret kindness as an opportunity to exploit rather than a gesture of goodwill. Their lack of empathy prevents them from appreciating your efforts, and their sense of entitlement drives them to expect even more. What you view as generosity, they see as an open invitation to manipulate and dominate. Understanding this mindset is the first step in breaking free from their toxic cycle. So what should you do instead? If you've ever felt trapped in a cycle of giving too much to someone who only takes, it's time to rethink your approach. Traditional kindness, unconditional and limitless, does not work with narcissists. Instead, you must set firm boundaries, recognize manipulation tactics, and prioritize self-preservation. Protecting yourself doesn't make you selfish, it makes you wise. This video will reveal the psychological traps narcissists set, and how to protect yourself. You'll learn why your usual acts of compassion fail, and how narcissists use them against you. More importantly, you'll discover a smarter, more effective approach, one that balances kindness with self-respect. By the end, you'll understand how to engage without enabling, and how to be compassionate without being controlled. The key lesson? Kindness is powerful, but only when given to those who deserve it. With narcissists, the best form of kindness is the kind you show yourself, by refusing to let them drain your energy any longer. Break the cycle, reclaim your power, and learn how to be kind in a way that truly protects your well-being. Before we dive in, if you've ever struggled with a narcissist, whether in relationships, family, or work, make sure to read until the end. The solution isn't what most people expect, and it could save you years of frustration. Narcissists operate on a completely different emotional wavelength than most people. Where empathy and reciprocity guide healthy relationships, narcissists see interactions as transactions, always in their favor. When you're kind to a narcissist, they don't interpret it as goodwill. They see it as an opportunity. Your generosity becomes a signal that you're willing to give, and they'll take that as an invitation to demand even more. Think about the last time you went out of your way to help a narcissist. Maybe you listened for hours to their problems, offered financial support, or defended them against criticism. At first, they might have seemed appreciative, but soon, they expected it as the new standard. The moment you tried to set a boundary or asked for something in return, they likely reacted with anger, guilt-tripping, or outright dismissal. That's because narcissists view kindness not as a gift, but as a debt you owe them indefinitely. One of the most dangerous myths about narcissists is that they'll change if you love them enough. Movies and self-help gurus often push the idea that unconditional love can heal even the most toxic people. But psychology tells a different story. Narcissists lack the self-awareness needed for genuine change. Instead of reflecting on their behavior, they blame others for their shortcomings. The more you tolerate their mistreatment, the more entitled they become. So what's the alternative? If kindness backfires, does that mean you should be cruel? Not at all. The key isn't to abandon kindness altogether, but to redirect it toward yourself. Narcissists thrive on people who prioritize others' needs over their own. So the most effective way to disrupt their control is by shifting the focus back to your well-being. Instead of bending over backward to please them, you enforce boundaries. Instead of justifying their behavior, you hold them accountable. Boundaries are the antidote to narcissistic exploitation, but most people struggle to set them because narcissists punish any attempt at self-protection. They might accuse you of being selfish, cold, or uncaring. Phrases designed to guilt you into compliance. But here's the truth, boundaries aren't cruel. They're necessary. A healthy person respects limits. A narcissist fights them because limits prevent them from taking advantage of you. Another critical mistake people make is trying to reason with a narcissist. You might spend hours crafting the perfect explanation for why their behavior hurts you, only to be met with deflection, denial, or outright rage. Narcissists don't process criticism like emotionally mature adults. They see it as an attack. The more you try to make them understand, the more they'll twist the conversation to make you the villain. Instead of arguing, the best strategy is to disengage. Narcissists feed off emotional reactions, so depriving them of that supply weakens their hold. This doesn't mean you have to cut them off completely, unless that's the healthiest choice for you. But it does mean refusing to play their games. When they bait you into an argument, you stay calm. When they play the victim, you don't rescue them. Over time, they'll either seek easier targets or, in rare cases, realize their tactics no longer work on you. One of the hardest lessons about dealing with narcissists is accepting that you can't change them. Many people stay stuck in toxic dynamics because they believe if they just say the right thing or prove their loyalty, the narcissist will finally appreciate them. But narcissists don't want equals, they want admirers. The moment you stop feeding their ego, they'll either discard you or escalate their manipulation to reel you back in. The real power move isn't trying to outmaneuver a narcissist. It's removing yourself from their battlefield altogether. Engaging with a narcissist often means playing by their rules, which are designed to keep you trapped in a cycle of conflict and validation. True strength lies in stepping away, whether that means limiting contact, ending the relationship, or simply refusing to participate in their drama. It's not about winning their approval. It's about reclaiming your peace and refusing to let them dictate your emotional well-being. If you've ever felt drained by a narcissist, remember this: your kindness is valuable, but it should be reserved for those who deserve it. Narcissists thrive on attention and control, often mistaking compassion for weakness. They may manipulate your empathy to keep you hooked, but your generosity shouldn't come at the cost of your mental health. Recognize that your worth isn't measured by their ability to appreciate you. It's inherent and independent of their validation. Narcissists don't change because you suffer for them. They change only when they face consequences. Hoping they'll suddenly become self-aware or empathetic is often a losing battle. Instead of exhausting yourself trying to fix them, focus on protecting your own energy. Set firm boundaries, disengage from their games, and prioritize your well-being. By shifting your focus from them to yourself, you break free from their toxic cycle for good. This isn't about blame or bitterness, it's about self-preservation. Walking away from a narcissist doesn't mean you've failed. It means you've chosen yourself. Healthy relationships require mutual respect, empathy, and effort, none of which a narcissist can consistently provide. You don't owe them endless chances to hurt you. Your peace is non-negotiable. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away without looking back. If this resonated with you, take it as your sign to stop pouring energy into someone who only empties you. You deserve relationships that give as much as they take, connections that uplift and inspire you, not ones that leave you questioning your worth. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your light, not those who dim it to fuel their own ego. Don't settle for less. You are worthy of love, respect, and reciprocity. The moment you decide to prioritize yourself is the moment you take back your power. And that's the ultimate victory.